Hey everybody, it's Christine, and I am turning around the camera today to give you some life updates, to check in, say hi. I know some of you asked a few weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, for some updates on some things and how they were going, and we have just been busy. Our family has been very busy traveling and doing different stuff, and all great things, but YouTube has taken a little bit of a back seat, and so I am getting back with you today to update you on all kinds of things about life. So first of all, the most exciting one, Creative Scrapbooker magazine, summer issue. If you've seen it or if you subscribe to it, this is my cover. I made this. Super cool, something that I never even dreamed about. They asked me if I would be interested in entering a layout to be on there. And of course, yes, I did. So all of this is simple stories. And yeah, I designed this. So super cool, awesome, crazy dream come true that I didn't even really dream, and how you go up from here. So amazing, so exciting. So if you see that, check it out in the stores, or if you subscribe to it, you know who did it. Which you probably already knew it if you opened it up. But anyways, so that was one bit of fun, exciting news. Now, a couple things about my design teams. My oldest son is approaching his senior year, and as you know, I homeschool. So I decided to step back a little bit on my scrapbooking intentionally because I like spending time with my son. And he's looking at an out-of-state college, and I didn't want to feel torn on an evening where maybe he wanted to hang out, that I had to not do that because I had so many deadlines coming up. So I have stepped down from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L for now. I may go back later. They may let me come back later. But for now, I've stepped away from that just to take a couple of deadlines off of my schedule. So I know some of you have probably noticed that their videos, I'm missing their videos, and that I haven't been making stuff for them. And I just want people to know that was a conscious decision as a mom for me. So that change has happened. I am still continuing on with Simple Stories and the Scrap Room. And then, of course, Paper House, I do lots of contract work for them. So that one's a different setup than a traditional design team, deadlines, etc. So just to make you all aware of that. And then some other big news. If you'll recall, last fall, I had surgery. I had a mass in my leg, which ended up being a tumor that they removed. And post-surgery, I couldn't sit for long periods of time. Not only mentally I couldn't sit, but physically it hurt to sit. And so scrapbooking took a back seat for a little while because all my scrapbooking stuff is in an area where I have to sit. I can't stand. It's not counter height. So I decided, I always wanted to try cookie decorating. So I thought, I'm going to just play with this because I can stand in the kitchen, and discovered that number one, I enjoyed it. Number two, I like that I can do it in the kitchen where everybody else is around. And so I started working on making a recipe, creating a recipe that was my own, that was exactly what I like in a cookie. And it took, I tried probably at least a dozen recipes, if not like 20 or so. And some of them I would find, well, I like this about that, or I like that, and I tweaked it, and I learned actually a lot about what the different ingredients do to a cookie. And then finally, I settled on a recipe that I really liked. Now I can just whip it right out. I don't have to get a recipe card or anything out. And then I started learning how to decorate. And that is kind of like scrapbooking. It's always a work in progress. I continue to grow with that, but I'm at a point where I decorate well enough, I think, that people can appreciate it. And then when they bite into the cookie, then they can really appreciate it. So after having multiple people tell me, hey, you should sell your cookies, I have actually started a little cottage bakery. And what that means is that you have state laws of what you can and can't do as a cottage bakery. You're not a full-blown business. You don't have to follow all the rules of a traditional food service, but there are certain rules that you do have to follow. And so I came up with a name, and I have launched a cookie business over the last few months. So that is, you know, again, kind of shifting my time in a different way. Still scrapbooking about as much because I do a lot of the cookie stuff while my kids are doing their homeschool work. So I don't, you know, scrapbooking takes place, it's kind of my quiet, alone time, whereas the cookie decorating can happen with the kids running around and the husband running around and all that stuff. But if you're interested in checking that out, I do not have a YouTube channel for that because I do not think I'm ready to show that stuff on YouTube, but I am on Instagram and I am also on Facebook, and it is called Cookieberg on Facebook. Because I live in a town called Centerburg, so it was a play off words. So Cookieberg, and then on Instagram it's Cookieberg1 because someone else already owned Cookieberg. So if you would like to check that out and keep up with me there, or, you know, share ideas on making cookies, you can find me on there doing that. So that's the life update for you. Hope everybody's doing well. I know most of the country is no longer locked down and mandates are lifting and all that, and I hope that applies for you. I hope that you're getting a little more freedom this summer, and we will see you again next time, as I always say, with another video. Thanks for stopping by today.